for 1 second has that feeling of like, that's...
No, it's
you're
bad.
not. Yeah, you can't have that in a house.
It's a nightmare.
And there's no reason not to circle them in. And the minute you don't circle them in, then it is weird.
What about that?
Like if you're in there dropping a deuce, like DMing me, and then Michael Mollen goes, "Who are you DMing?" And you're like, "Nobody, just hanging out." And then it's weird.
Then it gets weird. What about the fact that one time Michael Mollen was out of town for an extended period of time doing the business that he does, and
filmographer.
Yes, and I had this male acting coach at the time, but I was also still afraid that Ricky was going to murder me. So I needed somebody to stay here with me.
We need to let the listeners know your neighbor Ricky Beau is a very, very profitable Hollywood screenwriter.
Yes,
and you are fairly convinced that he's going to put a smiley face where your throat goes.
Yes, exactly.
Do you think he's going to slash your throat? Kill you? How do you think Ricky Beau Garrett you in the garage, perhaps?
I don't know. I think he's going to be hiding in my closet one of these days.
But wearing your clothes.
Definitely.
Yes, because they'd fit.
Right. They would fit. That was the weirdest part of this all.
How do you think Ricky Beau would kill you?
Well, I have a feeling that I feel like he may have one of those girl with the dragon tattoo sort of like dungeons over in his basement.
Right.
So I often use my binoculars to look in his window to just see like what he's up to, keep tabs on him, and make sure that he's not, tiptoeing over here to take me to the dungeon.
Jenny, what if one night you guys meet binoculars?
Not even fucking kidding you.
What if your binoculars meet up like in a cartoon, like burp, 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 and like your exact eye to eye through the binoculars?
Can I just tell you that one night I was so fucking freaked out that my sister-in-law was here and she's like, Jenny, you're fine. Calm down. I'm pacing the house. I was just getting off Zoloft. So I was extra just like a fucking basket case.
Yeah.
And I call ADT and I was like, what package do I have? Okay, I need to up it. What is the next step? I need soldiers. I need people, armed guards in front of my gate.
What did he do to freak you out so bad?
It's not what he did. It's just... It's just more, I don't know. I saw a woman there once and then I didn't see her leave. This was the summer when the whole Casey Anthony trial was going on. I was very into the Nancy Grace of everything. I just didn't trust anybody. I like how you call your security company the way we call our cable company. Yes. What's my package? How come I'm not getting basketball games? Exactly. I thought I had NBA. Exactly. I thought I had No, not regional. Why don't I get regional? Exactly. Can you send players to my living room? I need them here. Yeah. I need Anthony Hardaway to protect me against Ricky Beau. Exactly. Because I'm a little too skinny for him, and I know he won't have his attention divided. He won't be into me. I think a part of you, if Ricky Beau was in your closet, like wearing your lady things, and you realize like that was the end, I think a part of you would go, like the romanticism of how to die. I think that would appeal to you specifically. Like, fuck yeah, like this is gonna be on the news, and I'm like, this guy takes me to his dungeon. I'm gonna get attention. Yeah, I'm right. Probably. Like I'm if you just egomaniac. Yeah, like if you just died, if you had like an aneurysm in your sleep, I think that's like one of your biggest fears is dying poorly. I need something dramatic. Yeah, you can't die poor. Jenny Mollen cannot die poorly. No, it needs to be something sort of hysterical. It needs to be on the news. It needs to go on for like a day and a half, or like you get a glimpse of it. Debacle, if you will. Yeah. Yes. Like a hang glider, some type of weird chase. I'm all about that. I have this thing. I have a vision. I've known you 40 minutes. Yeah. I have a feeling like you in the dungeon, racked out. There's like, you're covered in gasoline. And then as he opens the door to like finish the job on that last day, you see like Chuck Scarborough, like New York News. And you go, and it's like Jenny Mollen. Meanwhile, and you just go, oh, I've made it. Yes. I've made it. And then you just surrender. I can die happy. But then he's not turned on anymore because you don't have fear. You've made it. I send like one last tweet and then just I'm gone. Wiped out. Right before you die, you got to get the name of the German lady on Debs. Yes. You got to tie up that's too big of a loophole. I know. I do need it. I need to like contact them and just make up a name at this point. Why did you get off Zoloft? Well, I got off Zoloft because... or is a better question first, why did you get on? And then I got on Zoloft because I was a fucking actress and I was hating my life and starving myself. And when I graduated college early and sort of had a meltdown, lost like a big job that I really wanted, and just sort of... What was the job? Well, it's so funny. It was nothing you would even know. It was just this movie that at the time seemed like would change my life. And
what was your U571?
Wait, do you know that
that was my
lost U571?
Really?
Yes.
That was my big one where I was like, I can't fucking believe I didn't get that shit. I wanted to go to Malta for a month.
Oh my God, that is so
funny. I think it was
funny.
Ron Livingston got it.
Oh, how funny. I don't like to see movies that
Gentlemen, I cannot explain to you how sensitive the information I'm about to give you. I remember it was like a 2-page speech.
Funny. Yeah.
And when I was done, everybody applauded. Yeah. What was your U571 that made you go on Zoloft?
Well, it was a movie that I don't even remember the name of now. But
was it Fat Beach?
No. But I've had like a bunch of those. Yeah. A bunch of those heartbreaks where you're like, fuck, that would have changed the course of my life.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, a lot of them you end up seeing and you're just like, I didn't need to do that. It's fine after the fact. But when you're 19, you're just like, this is devastating.
I don't care about what happened 4 years ago. Listen.
What?
So you went on Zoloft because you're an actress, you're depressed, you hate yourself, and you have a doctor that says, hey, why don't you try Zoloft?
Well, I have a father who, my parents are both in medicine, so I basically...
He's a shaman.
Medicate, yes.
Yes. Yeah. Very famous in the Snoqualmie tribe, your father.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Snoqualmie Mollen.
Snoqualmie Mollen. Exactly. So, I got an eating disorder. I ended up in the hospital. Yeah.
What kind? Bulimic or anorexia?
I was anorexic at first, but I think by the end you have everything.
Because anorexia is much cheaper.
Well, you know what happens? That's true, but I'm so
You save a lot of money if you just go with the anorexia. Bulimia, it's just spending money on food that leaves.
Well, anorexia, that's true. Yeah. That's true, but it is kind of more fun.
Really? Well, there's a thrill to it. I'm not kidding at all.
No, there is a thrill to it, and it is kind of like working yourself into like an orgasm.
Why can I say
purge?
Yeah, when you're purging.
Yeah.
When you're binging, that's like a crazy high, right?
Well, the purge is even higher, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
Walk us through this.
I mean, I think like
Jenny Mollen of Debs.
I haven't been doing this for years, but you eat all this shit, you kind of have that, like that. I'm sated. And then I think just working yourself into trying to get it out of you is like trying to have an orgasm for a woman. And once you do, it's not coming out of your eyes or whatever, but you just feel like, the way you do after having sex, you just feel like better than other people.
And it's almost, I'm trying to figure out how to go about this.
It's like superior in some weird way.
Superior because I was able to vomit food.
Yeah.
That you're going to poop.
Yeah.
And I went the other way with it.
Right.
I shot it out.
Well, no, then I started taking like laxatives and did all that shit.
So it's like being a wrestler in high school. You're just making weight.
Well, you know what happens
and your weight was
you go
80.
to the hospital as like an anorexic, and then everyone around you is like maybe a pound or two thinner, and you're like, the fuck? I've been doing this all wrong. Like, tell me what you guys are doing. And I got really competitive.
Did you go to the hospital for anorexia and bulimia?
Yeah.
Is there anything you're going to want us to take out after?
I don't give a fuck. No,
okay.
I checked myself into like an inpatient in Arizona.
No, how do you know?
Definitely like, me trying to deal with some childhood demons, but
is it what they say, like the reason people do the anorexia and the bulimia thing, it's all about control? That's like the one thing you completely control.
Completely.
I'm like, I'll show you guys.
Yeah, and it's like, if food equals love, it's like my refusal of it is sort of me saying like, I don't need it. And if you grow up with parents that are narcissists that like don't really provide that for you.
And not necessarily your parents, just in general.
Just in general, you end up like, that's your defense against, feeling any sort of pain.
Is there like language, like Brad Williams was on, he's a midget, and he says regular sized people, they call us reachers. Like you and I never knew that.
Oh no! Interesting.
So like, am I like, if you're an anorexic or if you're a purger, if you're a bulimic, am I a pooper? Like, am I?
Oh, interesting.
Like, wow, look at this guy. His food leaves through his asshole. Weakling. Like, is there like this
loser?
Yeah, look at this guy. He's got to go sit down. Yeah. I stand up when it leaves me. He pees standing up. No. I defecate standing up.
I definitely don't.
Through my mouth hole. Through my mouth hole.
Through my mouth. Exit
I don't know. Only.
I don't think there are any extra. Yeah, there's no real like terminology I can think of.
No, there's not. Okay.
No, but we could make some up.
No. I really wanted to know because there's, this is educational.
Right.
This is really PBS. I
feel like that. I'm getting that vibe.
So you did that. So then you go on. You get on Zoloft because for depression
and just like because Zoloft compulsive nature of it.
Okay.
You know, and then I was able to sort of deal with like eating and not having to. You know, I remember when I used to sit at a table and I was like, if I touch the bread, I'm gonna fucking eat the whole thing. You know, the whole.
Yeah, I know exactly what that's like.
And then you like hate yourself afterwards, and then you lie in bed at night. You're like, why did I do that? And it's just like this.
Like a Jenny Mollen sitting across from two guys with big guts, going, "See, then I'll eat all the bread." We're like, I don't know what you mean.
You're like, what?
Two guys rubbing their stomachs, going, "Wait, fucking, where is the bread?"
I'm like, you guys. I've actually brought you guys here to teach you how to be bulimics.
Yes. But I don't want to get esophageal lesions.
I know. And the yellow teeth. Yeah. There's a lot of bad shit that comes.
You have very white teeth, and I guess your esophagus is healthy because you're back in action.
It was a short-lived phase.
It is
but mentally, it's not. Mentally, you deal with it, you know.
Anorexia and bulimia?
Yeah. I think it's like...
Or just weight.
Like alcoholism. I mean, you deal with it. You have to eat every day. You're around it all the time.
That's the thing that people don't understand is that it's a primal urge, thirst, hunger, and sex. Like if you're a sex addict, like God or whatever, if you don't believe in God, your body's programmed to procreate. You have to eat, you have to drink, and you have to fuck to keep populating. So to have a mental disorder about food, it's the craziest shit to have to try to stop in the world.
And I think like one of the biggest myths is that people think, oh, anorexics, you don't like food. It's like, no, I'm fucking obsessed with food. That's all I fucking think about. But, you know, it's just like, that's how I control things is by not.
Do you have a weird feeling now that we're having all this conversation about throwing up food? Are you like, oh my God, tonight I'm getting after it. Michael Mollen's out of town. I'm ordering a pizza from Damiano's and I am chucking it out.
No,
it's leaving right out of my mouth hole.
This lady, she's a nutritional therapist in Beverly Hills when I was about 25. And she like changed my life. She said to me, she was like, I'm going to ruin some things for you because I don't think eating will ever be as fun for you. But food will never have that control over you ever again. And I worked with her for like 6 months and it was so fucking crazy. Like it was a bunch of behavioral therapy and it really
Cognitive behavioral.
Yes.
That's short for cognitive. You got to listen. The guys, they're smoking pot in a truck right now.
I'm high right now.
Driving through Idaho. You're high on food.
Yeah, exactly.
She goes, I can make you guys snacks. I get about 40 texts from you. Are you sure you don't want snacks?
Can I watch you guys eat some bread?
Almonds. So you get put on Zoloft. Mm-hmm. And then when you quit Zoloft, I was on Paxil. I had to quit Paxil. And that was the hardest. That was harder to quit than like booze.
Right.
Because
coming off of it is a fucking nightmare.
And I go, if I just take that pill, I won't feel this way. It's
totally.
So is it like that with, I don't know about Zoloft. It is the same?
Completely the same. And they're both serotonin uptake inhibitors. I think Paxil's in the exact same sort of circle.
Yeah.
It's like Paxil, Lexapro, Celexa. Yeah.
Lexapro and Celexa, dig this. Lexapro and Celexa are mirror images of each other. Do you know about this? So like Lexapro and how right brain, left brain, like one operates one side of each brain.
Weird.
So they're exact mirror. This is what I was told by my psychopharmacologist, is that they're like mirror images of each other. And it's like one, they'll each work for you, but one will just really work for you more than the other. It's pretty trippy.
They both kill your sex drive.
That's the thing. I used to do a bit about Paxil, and I'm glad we're having this conversation because I just remember 10 minutes of material that I'm not going to do right now. But essentially, like what they don't tell you in the commercial, because it's always like a cartoon with a cloud.
Right.
And look, people don't understand, like, it's okay to be unhappy. Like, you can walk around and miserable.
Right.
Ricky Bowe ain't happy.
Right.
That's why he has binoculars on you, and he knows exactly when Michael Mollen is filming U-572 in Malta, right?
Exactly.
Well, we're going at a quick clip. This is good. But the thing with Paxil is they go, side effects may include blah, 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 and they list them all.
Yeah.
And they don't go... And
you can't
come.
You can't come.
You can't. I had sex with my wife until she was shorter.
No, I'm telling you. Thank you. Yes. That's like exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm just like...
And not good. People go, I wish I could have it. No,
people think women want you to go forever. We don't.
No, she had smoke coming out of her eyes.
Leave me alone. I'm terrible. Like raw.
Yeah,
it's
it was
not
bad.
fun.
It was terrible. And then when I tried to quit Paxil, I got like these electric pulses that went through my body. Like crazy. Like in one... You know when you stand up too quick and you feel like you're going to pass out and you get real lightheaded and you think to yourself... I think I'm going to pass out because I'm so lightheaded. Right. And then in the moment it took to get that thought, you are twice what you were.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And then in that moment, you're twice that.
Yeah.
I would get that walking the dog, like just, boom,